Okay, so in the last class we looked at the derivation of the Rayleigh-Jeans distribution. So the Rayleigh-Jeans distribution is not totally incorrect, it predicts the correct black body behavior in some part of the spectrum or in some portions of the spectrum only towards ultraviolet and very short wavelengths. IB lambda tends to infinity, which is called the ultraviolet catastrophe. In today's class we will derive the correct distribution, okay, which was proposed by Planck. Of course, for proposing this distribution and developing the quantum hypothesis, proposing the quantum hypothesis, he got the Nobel Prize in physics in 1918 at the age of 60. So Planck is 1858 to 1947. So he got the Nobel Prize at the age of 60, but the youngest guy to get the Nobel Prize in physics was Bragg. Bragg got his Nobel Prize at the age of 25. Heisenberg got the Nobel Prize at the age of 31. Heisenberg's PhD thesis is only 12 pages. De Broglie also 31 years, 21, but 31 years 5 days I think. You just go to Nobel Prize in physics by age. It gives all the statistics. When were they born, the year in which they got the Nobel Prize, what was the age at the time of Nobel Prize, how many days they were alive after they got the Nobel Prize, who is the longest, who was the longest surviving Nobel laureate, blah blah blah, all those things are there. Okay, so Bragg got this Nobel Prize at 25. You just finished your M.Tech or dual degree, or we are just trying to see what can be done next, but somebody has already got Nobel Prize. Okay, so anyway, let us not worry about that, we have to do our work, we should not get demoralized by such things. There are so many people who cannot solve even a quadratic equation, right, and I hope we know how to solve. Okay, so now we will look at the Planck's black body distribution function. So the logic is more or less the same as what Rayleigh-Jeans proposed, but there is a modification in terms of the average energy, right. The number counting is the same as the Rayleigh-Jeans, 4 pi a cube by c cube by divided by c cube, all there are 3 terms in the u nu, correct, or ub nu, number of standing waves multiplied by the average energy per standing wave divided by the volume of the container. What did Planck do? Volume of the container is the same, number of standing waves is the same, but he had an issue with the average energy per standing wave. That he said, if kT, if he uses kT, then it cups when you are using it at short wavelength. Therefore the average energy cannot be kT, it has to be something, because the kT comes from the kinetic theory of gases, classical physics and equipartition theorem, that is half kT for potential energy, half kT for kinetic energy. Add both these are added, it comes to kT, but Planck somehow figured out that the problem is with kT. So how do you overcome? Then he used a different approach, he used a harmonic oscillator. What is a harmonic oscillator? Harmonic oscillator is basically a spring, is equivalent to a spring mass system. Okay, the spring mass shown here is a spring mass system with a stiffness of k and a mass of m. So he considered an atomic oscillator equivalent to a spring mass system, so that he can, why, for a spring mass system you can get the natural frequency, and are you getting the point, natural frequency time period, so you can work out some arguments. In yesterday's class also some shady arguments were there, no, somebody was saying towards the end he didn't he got only half the answer. So he said that it has 2 polarization, plane, I mean parallel and perpendicular, he multiplied by 2, alright. Now Planck considered an atomic oscillator equivalent to a spring mass system. There are 2 important points you have to note. This spring mass system of the atomic oscillator is in thermal equilibrium with the surroundings at T, right. Even if it is at equilibrium with surroundings T, it will continue to emit radiation, because some guy already told that, Provost's law, this activity will cease only when T becomes 0 Kelvin, okay, and it is capable of interacting, the oscillator is capable of interacting with the electromagnetic radiation. Now we will start from classical physics or mechanics, use Boltzmann statistics and find out what is the energy, what is the total energy, what is the number of oscillators which are possible between 2 energy levels, what is the total energy what is the total energy of a certain number of oscillators? What is the total number of oscillators in a certain band? So total energy divided by total number of oscillators will give the average energy. This average energy should be different from kT. If you get kT, then you will come back to Rayleigh-Jeans distribution. So Planck did some magic there and got something which is different from kT, because of which he got e to the power of C2 by lambda t minus 1 in the denominator. Okay, then the argument goes like this, then the proof, everything is correct. Finally he gets an agreement with experiments. So if everything is correct, there is a very crucial assumption he made in one step, that must also be correct. Therefore that is a correct theory to explain black body behavior as of today, because nobody else is able to come out with an expression which is better than that, which can give better agreement to the experiment. But somebody can challenge it tomorrow. I keep saying no theory is so sacrosanct that it cannot be questioned. Any theory has to be questioned, only then progress will be made. But as things stand, Planck's distribution is king. Okay. Now total energy of, again it is not as shady as Rayleigh-Jeans, but it is also mathematically involved, so follow these steps very carefully. Total energy of one oscillator with mass m and is given by E equal to, or I do not want to use E because E is reserved for that or electron, what is it, charge of an electron or something, is it, or mass of the electron, charge of the electron. So let us do E dash. Okay. So E dash is Ke plus Pe. For the spring mass system it will be half kx squared plus p squared by 2m. P is the instantaneous momentum. Okay. Okay. What is x? Instantaneous displacement. So number of oscillators having values are you getting the point? Any oscillator is characterized by its momentum and the displacement and the position, okay, and the relationship between the uncertainties of the Heisenberg principle. Del x del p is greater than or equal to h by 2 pi, right, where h is again the Planck's constant. Okay. Now the number of oscillators having values lying between this has to come from certain probability, correct? This comes from what is called the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. It is the pre-quantum statistics, pre-quantum mechanics, classical. So this comes from Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution. So Planck did not dispute all of what Rayleigh-Jeans said. He used most of this argument. He had a problem with the average energy, the number count and all that is all right for him. He had a problem with the energy, he made the crucial change, that we will see. Now this is given by dn, n into C into e to the power of minus E dash by kT into dx dt, correct? All of you know that the probability, it follows an exponential distribution, right? This is what is called a Arrhenius type distribution. Okay, what is an Arrhenius type distribution? So the probability will be like this. Okay, right. Now what is C? C is not the velocity of light, constant defined such that n is equal to double integral dx dp, correct? N is that is somehow, if you know the total number of oscillators at all the levels, if the double integral is known, the left hand is known, and then right hand side you can substitute for dn, integrate it and pull out all the things and then accept C, and then you can get the value of C. All these things will get cancelled out, do not worry. Now how will these curves of constant energy appear in the elliptic phase space? Of course, this is not the full Planck's distribution, I am giving an abridged version. As you know that it will take a long time, it is not required for us to follow it fully. It is his lifetime work, it is his Nobel Prize winning work, but we are trying to see only the essential steps. Okay, so this is basically a elliptic in the phase space, correct? Do not get worried, we will not get too much into all this physics, but this is important for the development. What are the two, what do x and y indicate? Displacement, momentum. All these are iso energy contours, right? All these are iso energy contours. Stated in simple English, there can be several combinations of momentum and displacement which can give the same energy. If you draw all this, it will be an ellipse, that is all, okay, because E is a sum of two things. Okay. Now I can say that for illustration I can say this is E dash, so the next thing is E dash plus delta E dash. So the logic is very simple now. Between E dash and E dash plus delta E dash, if you are able to find out the energy of all the oscillators and keep it in the numerator, between E dash and E dash plus delta E dash, if you find the total number of oscillators, keep it in the denominator, total energy of all oscillators between two bands divided by the total number of all oscillators between the two bands will give the average energy of any oscillator which is lying in between the two bands. And then once you get that step, you did no more developments are required for this, go back to the Rayleigh genes and instead of kT use this average energy and complete the derivation. Okay. Now a series of treacherous steps have to be done to get that average value of the average energy of the oscillator which is different from kT. That is where Planck introduced the hypothesis. Is it clear up to this stage? So you can say curves of constant energy, right, iso energy contours. So iso E dash contours. Now consider two energy levels E dash and E dash plus delta E dash. Now we are focusing our attention on some band. The story is about this band. It could be any E dash and any E dash plus delta E dash. We can take one such delta E dash and now try to find out. Now let us say delta E dash is very small. Okay, so that e to the power of minus E dash by kT is a constant. Where? It is a constant where? Over delta E dash, correct. It is a constant. So now if you count the number of oscillators, lying in this band E dash to E dash plus delta E dash, that is given by so dn is differential, delta n means I am doing some integration, right. So n c e to the power of minus E dash by kT double integral dx dp. What is the equation number? 4, very good, okay. So far it is very clear, isn't it? So you have to double integral with respect to dx dp. What is this dx dp? It is the area of the slice of the ellipse. If you take a slice of the cassata ice cream, there will be several, one vanilla ice cream will be there, one coffee ice cream will be there, orange ice cream, then one cake slice also will be there. Let us assume that this delta E dash is like that cake slice in the cassata slice. Have you tried it yet? Okay, let us not get distracted, we are doing something very serious. So what is this? So this is basically that area of that cassata slice, whatever. Area between the two ellipses, you can write the story, area between the two ellipses given by the hatched area on the blackboard. What is the entire area? What is the entire area of the ellipse? S is given by pi AB, where A is the semi major axis and B is the semi minor axis. If you want, you can put an equation number for this also. Oh, it is not required, okay. So S will be equal to pi, in this case in the elliptic phase space S will be equal to pi into x max into p max, correct. From the equation of ellipse x squared by a square plus y squared by b squared is equal to 1, can you get a expression for x max and p max? You know the equation of the ellipse, isn't it? X squared by a squared plus y squared by b squared is equal to 1, and can you get the expressions for x max and y max? Anyway, this is part of the assignment. Yeah, root, very good, 2 x max 2 e dash by k, okay, p max, yeah, 2 m e dash. I don't have time, I don't have time to derive this. Don't worry, people who are not able to get this, take this as truth. This is one of the questions in the assignment which I am going to give tomorrow. It's just equation of ellipse, okay. So x max and this are given like this. Now you can get the area S. Therefore S is pi E dash root m by k. So, this is an important step. 6, 7. What is the natural frequency of oscillation of the atomic oscillator with a spring constant of k and a mass of m? What? So, the natural frequency nu will be 1 by 2 pi, correct? 1 by 2 pi root of m by k or k by m, k by m, k by m. Yeah, from 7 and 8. From 7 and 8 S equal to E dash by nu, very good. From 7 and 8 you can just substitute for this, right. So, k by m, root of k by m will be 2 pi nu, root of m by k will be 1 by 2 pi nu, substitute 1 by 2 pi nu, 2 pi will get cancelled. So, S will be E dash by nu, okay. Therefore, delta S will be so getting back to our expression for delta n, therefore delta n will be n C e to the power of minus E dash by kt. Yeah, this is a very important intermediate result we have. Please correct me if I made some mistake. I think it's fine, right? Okay. Now comes the Planck's hypothesis, which he proposed. Now consider this elliptic phase space is divided into increments, okay, and into equal bands of area h, okay. So Planck proposed a very important step. He numbered these rings, he put lot of rings, elliptical rings, he numbered these rings n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he proposed that the energy of an oscillator located at the inner boundary of a particular ring can be put as E dash is equal to n h nu. E dash is equal to S nu, okay. What is S? What is that area between the two bands? Now that area is replacing as NH. If H becomes 0, we are in trouble, it will reduce to KD. But do not ask me how we got this idea and this thing, or maybe whether God came in his dream, we do not know, but he proposed this, and it finally when you do that you get the correct black body behavior, okay. So this is the Planck's hypothesis, okay. Now comes the crucial step. So S equal to E dash equal to There is no rational basis of this, there is no rational basis for this, it cannot be established by mathematical principles. He just proposed that you can divide the whole thing into rings, and n is a number, n can take only integer values, okay. Okay. Now, if this is the story, so delta n becomes, with this Planck's hypothesis, n minus nh nu, nh nu by kT is there, right, into delta E dash when you let this fellow be there, okay. So therefore, number of oscillators in a ring n is given by n, which is the same as this, right, NC into please, so I have to put this as 12 to call this 13. That n delta E dash and nu, are basically, you can replace it by some n naught, it is a constant, into okay, he got an expression like this. Now, what is the total energy of all oscillators? What could be the minimum and maximum value of n? N minimum 0, maximum infinity. So, you have to add up for all values of n. Total energy we call it as capital E is equal to n equal to 0 to infinity n multiplied by correct E dash corresponding to a particular value of n, and we already have the expression for this, okay. E dash is given by nh nu, okay. So, if you expand this, n naught is there, correct. So, can we take n naught into h nu into e to the power of minus h nu by kT outside the summation? So, 16. So, can I take n naught e to the power of minus h nu by kT into h nu into 1 plus, correct, 1 plus 2 into e to the power of plus 3 into e to the power of did I make a mistake? I think it is fine. Yeah, it is all fine, all right. What is the sum of this series? Yeah, sorry, this is e to the power of 1 is taken, right? Is that correct? Okay. What is the sum of this series? Yeah, this is 1 by you can check 1 minus, I don't think so, let me check. It cannot be 1 plus, yeah, it has to be minus. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, we can expand and check it. Which one? No, square will be there. You have a doubt? No, then we have to waste 2 minutes. So, please tell me the value. Please tell me the value. How much is this? 0.99 whole square. 1 point? 1.02 or 002?
1.0203.
Now we want to expand that, no? What I am claiming that it is 1 plus 2 times 0.01, huh? Plus 3 times, yeah, what is this? Pradeep? Huh? Same. We are doing something like this low level, our level, Planck is doing at this level. That's all. But no problem, you can get that out. I also get that out. I may instead of 1, it could, whether it could be 2, whether instead of plus it could be minus. When you get this doubt like this, I will always do 1 by 1 plus 0.01 or 1 plus, suppose you got, what is the expansion for log x? If you forget, calculator is available, you can just do it. If you do not want to get confused for the rest of your life, the basic goal is very simple. You have to remember very few things. By remembering very few things, you should be able to derive many things. Then that means your fundas are intact. If you try to remember too many things, that is where the problem is. Okay? If you just know d by dx of sin x, you can get all the other things, isn't it? And d by dx, you can get all the other integral, this thing. Okay, so you have to remember few things, then those you should never get doubt about these things, and then you have to expand on this. Now, everybody is convinced? Okay. Therefore, 1 by 1 minus x whole square is this. Okay. This is not a part of the Planck's distribution. Okay, fine. Now, we got the total energy of all the oscillators. What is the total number of oscillators? N, there is something called N, isn't it? Yeah, that is a notation. So what is this now? N naught into 1 plus e to the power of minus 2h nu, it goes like this. This is correct? So what is the sum of this series? N naught is equal to n equal to So we got the total energy of all the oscillators, we got the total number of oscillators. So the average energy per oscillator is basically 17 divided by 19. Therefore, I do not know what is the symbol Planck used, W, huh? That is 17 by 19. Yeah, tell me what is it? So W equal to N naught N naught this is a very important step. We got the answer man already. He has already solved the problem. Okay. Now Planck wanted to check what will happen when h nu by kT is very small. Okay. So for small, e to the power of h can be expanded as 1 plus kT. W equal to kT is used in which distribution? Rayleigh Jeans. So there is consistency as well as Planck was forced to come to the conclusion that h cannot be 0. H has to be small but finite. So he introduced a fundamental physical constant in nature, he introduced a fundamental physical constant in physics which was hitherto unknown, and when he matched with the experiments it turned out to be 6.627 into 10 the minus 34 joule second, and in honor of him we call it as the Planck's constant. Okay. So this is the first part of the story. Now we have to complete the derivation. So u nu equals 4 pi a cube, what is that, 4 pi a cube mu squared, is that correct? Please let me know if made any mistake. Is it correct? Okay. So what is the, we have to give some numbers. What is the number for this? 20, good, 20, 21, 22. Can you develop on this? So u nu is given by 4 pi nu cube, 4 pi nu cube h It's all slippery. Please let me know if I am making some mistake. Now, you knew is that correct? What? So therefore IB knew 23. So tell me the expression for IB nu equal to 4 pi goes of h nu squared, h nu squared by t squared. Now IB lambda equal to IB nu into where is the problem?
Nu cube.
Nu doesn't get cancelled.
No.
Is this correct now? Tell me. I'll hold on for some 30 seconds. Is this correct? Fine. Now IB nu is equal to IB lambda is IB nu into lambda square by C or C by lambda square? C by lambda square. Okay. Sure. Okay. H nu cube by C, correct? To lambda square. I am just writing what you are telling me. I hope the next 5 minutes we get the Planck's distribution. Okay, fine. Okay, so IB lambda H we multiplied by 2 somewhere, we left that to take care of the 2 polarization, right? See, you are letting me down. So somewhere we multiplied by 2, right? So you knew, no, that is okay. Here
You have to multiply.
you knew was
2
into 2. Okay, I can 2 h c naught squared so h c can be that is it. Okay, now C1 and C2 we can work out the values. Okay, tell me the value. 1 point 1.18 198 no Ketan 10 to the power of minus 16 joules. What is the unit? Joules per joule second, no? Okay. Now instead of making it, I gave you the units when I derived the Rayleigh jeans first, right? I can make it as please tell me if this is correct. This is the correct unit for this? Huh? Okay. I did 10 to the power of meter to micrometer 10 to the power of 6 into 4 10 to the power of 24, 24 and minus 16 gave me plus 8. Therefore, C2 is equal to h C naught by K. Correct. So C1 is called the first radiation constant, C2 is called the second radiation constant. So what is so great about this? He also did something, he multiplied by 2 polarization, all that, and he got an expression for IB lambda which when plotted gives you exactly the same thing as what people measured for all wavelengths and for all temperatures. So therefore his result must be correct. His result, if his result has to be correct, all the steps which he has done in the result must also be correct. All the steps which he has taken, all but one of the steps are exactly the same as what Rayleigh jeans have done, and that was based on the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. There was one crucial departure from the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics when he proposed that the energy can be divided into that bands, and S E dash will be NH nu. Therefore, E dash is equal to NH nu must be correct, because only if you do that, only if you make that assumption, you get an expression which agrees with experiment. Therefore, this theory must be correct. Therefore, the hypothesis that the energy transfer can take place only in discrete multiples of h nu is correct. This is the beginning of quantum mechanics. Okay. So after 1901 he proposed, after that he spent so many years in trying to figure this out. So 1918 finally they gave him the Nobel Prize. In tomorrow's class we will see what happens. Is there a maximum for this distribution for a particular temperature? What happens? Please remember that the triple integral, the integral with respect to lambda, cos theta, sin theta, d theta, d phi, all that must lead to sigma t to the power of 4. In tomorrow's class we will derive the Stefan-Boltzmann's law and the Wien's displacement law, and that will complete basic black body radiation physics. And then there is something called band emission, that is between two wavelengths what is the fraction of the energy which is emitted, that we will have to see.